have a testimony for you guys. Like, I can't even wait till I get home. It's literally dark outside, and I need to post this right now. I applied to the Torrid 2024 casting call. My name is Stella Kittrell, and this is my official submission for the Torrid casting call in 2024. I stumbled across this casting call, and the timing couldn't be more perfect. And here's why I think I'm a great candidate for this model call. I have done a Torrid model call in the past and plenty of others with other brands and never won anything. That's okay. But on top of that, being on the internet and being annihilated for my body shape and size and how I would show up so confident and happy online and being torn down any chance I get, it got to me. And last year I decided to cocoon up because one person can only take so much. One person can only get back up so many times from being beaten down. I had this moment of like, if I don't get back up, if I don't try again, if I don't go for something else and I just quit, what was it all for? Can't see victory if I don't keep trying. Regardless of what happens with this model search, this feels really good. Getting back out of my cocoon, stop hiding, remember why I came on the internet confidently to help others show up as themselves proudly. This specifically for me is a testimony that if you fall, get back up. And if you fall again, get back up. And if you fall 3 times, get back up and try again and keep going. I'm really happy for the opportunity to compete for visibility on plus girls who don't have the conventional plus size body. Thank you guys, and good luck to everyone else. You know me, I love being in a good casting call, but I love trying. And I have a testimony for you. So if you have a moment, please listen. If you need some inspiration, please listen, because I've inspired myself. My aunt was with me all this whole time through everything I'm about to tell you. And she's like, she's so inspired. Like, God is crazy and God will do what he's going to do exactly when he's going to do it. So back this up. We're going to back this up to last year. Last year, I kind of cocooned myself and I didn't really put into words what I've been going through the last year and a half. Obviously, you know, my content's very, very different and I don't post what I used to post. It's just, I've been in this exploratory phase. So I kind of shied away from the internet and I switched from being an influencer to a content creator full time, which is just creating content for brands that they can use for whatever they want to use it for and just, you know, making money that way. And then I got in a relationship. So, you know, some of the financial relief was there too. So I didn't really like push the influencer stuff as hard as I was. Like, just getting dragged on the internet, like I just didn't want to do it. So I kind of shied away, and God, through the last year and a half, like I've applied to maybe like 4 like real big girl jobs. God's like, I don't want you to stop doing what you're doing. And so for the last year and a half, I've gone through this cycle of like, okay, God, well then what do you want me to do? And I would try new things, and God's like, I don't want you to do that. Like, I want you to, like, very specifically, like, you have purpose. Like, just because something has happened doesn't mean to stop what I've called you to do. And that has been a really, really rough journey. Within the last 2 weeks, I've given up like actual all hope. I'm like, God, like, you don't want me to get another job. You don't want me to change career paths, but like, I'm stuck here. So what do you want me to do? So about a week ago, I get a rant, not even a week ago, like this is all happening so fast. Like maybe 4 or 5 days ago, I get an invite to go to Nashville with Pretty Little Thing. And I was like, oh, well, that's like on Sunday. I can't really make that. So, but it opened up this conversation with my husband about, I really miss like doing stuff like that. I miss just traveling and going like on these brand trips. And I just really do miss all that. And content creation doesn't really offer that because that's for influencers. But we were just talking about it. We're like, okay. And then 2-3 days ago, I see an ad on TikTok for the Torrid casting call search. Y'all know me, I love a good casting call. I love when girls with the bellies are represented in media because it's just not really a big deal. And I thought it was really funny. I saw this ad on TikTok because I'm currently working on a video essay of just kind of like the same idea of like plus size visibility in like our current age. And it just was hand in hand. I was like, oh, I have to apply. So I made a video yesterday, but like, I have to apply to this. So I did. And I had referenced like me and the history with my history with Torrid. If you're not caught up, I did the Torrid model casting search in 2017 or 2018. It didn't go anywhere. And then I felt like weird about the brand. Kind of like, I kind of just hopped on the train with everyone else. Like, it's way too much florals, way too much Mickey, which it was. And then December 10th, 2022, I discovered that they made a comeback. And I'm not sure exactly what happened, so don't quote me, but they either had like someone was over Torrid now that wasn't over there before. So either they replaced their president or CEO. It was something that major. And they had gone through this really big rebrand. And I remember one of the funniest comments I've ever read in my comments was like, oh, Reb Dolls scared Torrid back into actual fashion. If you don't know what Reb Dolls is, it's an amazing plus size. Well, they carry all sizes, but it's an amazing store. And Griselle is just amazing, and she's built something so beautiful. But it's modern and it's approachable and it's cute. And so someone had just made that joke because now Torrid, which was known for these florals and these Mickeys, has come back on. It literally looked like a Reb Dolls campaign back then. But since then, they have continued to thrive. So I made this like huge video. I made 2 huge videos just about like, y'all stop sleeping on Torrid. Like, I know we LOL at them, but like, no, they came back, and they did. So I made that video, and then like I just referenced that video. Like, I stitched that video I had done almost 2 years ago now, I guess a year and a half. And in saying that, I was like, okay, like I'm just gonna apply. Like, I align with the brand. I like the clothes. Like, it's they come back, I can come back. And so yesterday when I said that, I go home and like I completely lose all hope. I'm like, God, like I cannot put myself back there again. And I feel like this is where we're getting to somewhere real. Like, I have lost the desire to put myself out there. Like, it's embarrassing. It's not embarrassing. What's the word? It is hard to just receive. Like, when you put yourself out there, you're signing yourself up for criticism, whether you like it or not, whether you think there's warranted criticism or not. You are signing yourself up for it, and it can be a lot for me to handle, anyone to handle. And I once we got to the root of it today, I just like kind of lost all hope yesterday. I was just like down. And then today I woke up. I have an amazing husband. He prays over me. He speaks so much life into me. And I don't even know what he said this morning, but whatever he said, the seed was planted. And I was driving to my office, and I just had enough hope to pray. I'm like, God, I don't know what you want me to do, because it feels like the last year and a half, like I've tried to run so far from something you're trying to see you in. And so, oh, that was what happened. So whatever seed he planted, I took a shower this morning and I prayed that. I was like, God, like, let me see you in my situation. I feel like I've tried so many different things. I even switched my whole career to content creation. God did not ask me to do that. Just trying things on my own, thinking I'm like surrendered. So this morning on the way, I just start rebuking everything over my life that I feel like I'm like, my thoughts that I know are just not of God. And I'm just going through this. I'm like, not dramatic about it. I'm like, God, like, this is all I got for you right now. Set it back down. So then I get to the office, I'm filming, I had to do some work. And then I was like, all right, I'm just going to make this Torrid video. Like, I'm just going to go out there. And in that Torrid video, it took me 3 takes, but on the 3rd take, the one I posted, I actually understood what was going on. I said in the video, I actually cocooned myself last year because of a lot of like just negativity. And it's true. And I made a really valid point to myself in that video that just like unlocked something. If I don't get back up and I quit, then what was all of it for? What were the years of stress for? What were the years of failure for? The success for? What was it all for if I'm just going to give up now? And it just sparked something in me. And I'm like, God, like, I feel like this is the lesson I've needed to learn. Like, you have the final say, and nothing is bigger than you. And it just, whatever I needed to learn, whatever I need to grow in, like, I've done the work, and I need to trust that you know what you're doing with me. Like, you have a plan to prosper me, not to harm me. And that's been really hard recently just to see. Like, I couldn't even really, I told my husband this, like, I couldn't even fully be immersed in my wedding experience because of all these other stresses about purpose that I was just going through. And, you know, just having these vulnerable, open conversations. So I'm having this conversation. I posted to our video, and I was like, wow. And then people were like, yo, like, I resonate with that, like getting back up. I guess in one hand, I was so used to everything being handed to me once I reached a certain stage in my career. I was so used to just everything on a silver platter, whether it was contracts. And now I'm having more revelation in this video, whether it was contracts or being invited places or opportunities just running after me, chasing after me. Conversations I would have with companies like, you've been on our board for years, and you know, we love watching you. Like, all these things I couldn't even imagine I was worthy of. So I didn't think they were being honest or real, whatever. And now, you know, what's the saying? Like, if it grows fast, it disappears fast, but wealth that grows slowly is sustainable. I'm so in a period of that. Like, the way I was living, even financially, just influencing full time versus how I'm living financially now, like the strides I've been able to make, now my family's been able to make, just in a grind and not just being entitled to contracts or being entitled to opportunities. It's so sweet. It is so sweet. And so I post that video, And I was like, okay, that felt good. It really sparked. This is all this afternoon. Something sparked in me. I was out with my aunt and I get a DM from a huge clothing company. Now, I don't listen to Megan the Stallion anymore. I don't listen to that kind of music, but they're like, hey, we're doing this with Megan the Stallion. We really want you in LA in a couple weeks. Like, can you come out to LA? And how I haven't been to LA in 2 years, in case you're not caught up. Like, there's been no reason to. I haven't been invited to anything in LA in 2 years. Like last year, yeah, I was invited to last year I was invited to Nashville with the brand, but I haven't when I moved from LA, like all the daily LA event invites just stopped, which is crazy because I remember I was like, oh, when I leave, I'll just fly back for them. And seeing my peers who keep being invited back to LA, even though they live on the same coast as me, it just felt like, wow, like I've really distanced myself from those opportunities, whether it's engagement, whatever it is. That's really just not my life anymore. And like I came to true terms with this. And even though I came to terms with it, God always was like, you're not done. Like you're not done. It may not look like you've grown, so it may not look like how it looked for you before. You are literally not done. And one recurring conversation we have is, you know, your life doing the way you did it. You don't know it through being in relationship with me. And I'm just excited for that. So now I'm going to LA and I'm just like, my aunt's like, you have to go. I'm like, I have to go. And like, I don't care what I have to do. Like, I'll make it happen. And it's just such a testimony because just that fast, like this weekend I was crying, my man. I was like, I just want to go to Paris before we have kids. And I just want to make sure that, we're doing all these things, blah, blah, blah. And then just that fast, like just being open and not open with people. But then the day I'm open with God, like all this stuff starts happening. Like finally, like just here, like I literally cannot do it. So I don't know what's going to happen with the Torrid casting call. I'm happy I'm doing it. Um, I'm really happy I'm doing it. I'm in such a different place in life right now. And I'm excited. I've always been excited to see like who I'll be outside of the ego of being an influencer. Because if you're not careful, it could happen fast. But I'm really, really excited. I'm really excited just with the casting call. I'm hoping God works it out too. I'd like to go in person in Tennessee. I think it's in Tennessee. I can't do the one in Jersey because, or no, it might be Minnesota. I'm not really sure. There's one more after New Jersey. I'd like to see if I can make that happen, but now that I'm going to LA, probably not. But hey, I'm not going to limit God. And then another thing I'm inspired. I'm making even this video. I miss making videos like this where things would happen in my life and I would just share the testimony. Like, I miss this. I miss my life. And I've been saying that and saying that. I miss my life. I don't miss the ego. And this feels like a real moment that I've experienced that doesn't feel like I had to do the most to get. It feels like just a gift from God. Like it feels like God's just like, here, take a break. Sorry. Ew, I hate it. I'm like trying not to cry on the internet. It's so corny. But like it just feels like God's like, okay, like all this waiting and transformation I've been taking you through is not for nothing. Like I wasn't trying to like rip your life from you. I just needed to do some things. That's what it feels like. So I'm really excited. I don't know what's gonna happen with this model search, but even just taking a risk, like it's like just time to get back at it. Like it's just time to get back at it and stop being so dang scared for what? Like, gosh, I wish I was like my sister. My sister is so awesome. She's definitely someone who's just like, don't care what people think. Haters are just paying your bills. She's always said that since I started this. And the haters don't necessarily get to me anymore. It's the hate itself that's a lot. So I'm excited to just see what happens. And I'm just gonna go after everything. I don't care if it's Sephora squad, Good American squad. I don't care what squad. I'm just going after everything because I did not come this far just to come this far. And if this is my freaking comeback moment, then let it be what it is. But it's not my plan and it's not my timing. And I'm so happy. I was so scared to tell my husband, I'm like, I'm going to LA. There's a really bad thing that happened to me in LA, which is why I haven't been back. And I know with my weed story, I said I was gonna share my alcohol story, and part of it has to do with that. And maybe I'll share that testimony soon because there's a reason I haven't been back. And I think there's a birthday around there too of one of my friends in LA. Ugh, all good stuff. All right, I love you guys. Thanks for being here with me. Y'all are awesome. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.